So Brian Norman Jr. decides to part ways with his dad as his trainer in this corner. And, I know it had to be tough for him to make that decision. That is his dad. It seems like they have a great relationship. But at the end of the day, I do think he has to do what's best for him. Now, I have so many ways to look at this. There's so many things to break down. I'm going to try to do my best to do that. But, one of the things I was thinking about was did he make this decision because of what happened in the Devin Haney fight? Or is this something that he was already contemplating doing because he felt like he wasn't getting better in previous fights, right? But from all accounts, when I listen to his interviews, my dad is underrated. He should be trainer of the year. My dad taught me everything I know. My dad is great. All of these great compliments he gave his dad, right? So, I have a hard time believing that he was thinking before the Devin Haney fight that he wasn't getting the proper training, right? That he wasn't focused the way he needed to be focused to become a world champion, to become an improving fighter and become an even greater fighter, right? So I think that was something that happened just because of what happened in the Devin Haney fight. Now, is this emotional decision? Is this a decision where he didn't think it through enough? Or is this, something that he's thought about and he feels like this is the best move for him? I personally think that this is probably not going to be the best move for him because I don't think no other trainer will be able to fix the holes in his game. I don't think they're going to be able to do it, right? Uh, I think one of his biggest problems is he has a glass chin. And I've been saying that over and over again. I've been making videos about how weak his chin is. And it's very difficult to protect someone's chin when they don't have defense, right? And you can teach defense, but a lot of times you got to have certain attributes to be able to teach it, right? I'm thinking of one guy named Terry Norris, right? One of my favorite fighters of all time. He had a weak chin, but he was able to protect it in ways because he was light on his feet. He could bounce around. He could box. He could do other things that could keep him out of danger of getting hit on his chin clean, right? And even then, he still got caught a few times and was knocked out, right? But, he had other attributes that could keep him out of danger long enough to become a great fighter, become a world champion, become a Hall of Famer, right? I don't think that Brian Norman Jr. has those capabilities. I don't think he has fast feet. I don't think he's light on his feet. I don't think he has great head movement. I don't think he can shoulder roll. I don't think he blocks punches great. I don't think he does anything defensively that I can say, hey, I can build on this. I not in this short period of time. Boxing is a very difficult sport to learn, and it's a lot of muscle memory. And I think at this point, he would almost have to start over, right? He would really have to almost start over. And I don't think he's going to be allowed at that time to be able to start over. Nah, I don't think so. So I think that's going to be a big issue with him. He already talking about, he going to get one in and then he want to get back to fighting at championship level. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea, right? Now, if he stays with his dad, he don't really learn much neither, right? And so that's why I think for the most part, his career will never be at the level that it was before the Devin Haney fight, right? Because I don't think his dad could teach him that neither, right? But I do think he maybe could have had a conversation with his dad and his dad could have, or they could have brought in a trainer who could teach him some type of defense, right? Maybe specialize in a defensive coach that could teach him how to protect himself and protect his weak chin. But the thing about it is, I'm sure they don't even want to admit that he has a weak chin. So you can't fix something if he doesn't admit that he has a weak chin or someone doesn't say, hey, man, your chin, we got to, I don't even know how you tell a fighter like your chin is not that good. But if you want to be honest, I'll be like, bro, your chin has been a suspect. So we have to make sure that we are protecting that chin at all costs. I don't think anything is going to change with Brian Norman. Maybe he can beat Rolly. I think that's the only guy he maybe could beat at this point. But even then, I'm not so sure. Rolly Romero has a weak chin and has a hard punch. Same thing as Brian Norman. So, I could see that fight being a very fun fight. Maybe both guys going down And who knows who wins that fight. But, you know, even against Rolly Romero right now, I probably would pick Rolly Romero. And I don't think much of Rolly Romero at all. But let's see. You know, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to his next fight. Let's see if he's able to look like a much improved fighter with a new trainer.